Hello, I am so happy you're here. I am ready to go and wearing my Santa hat for our Holiday Marketing for Authors session. I am really excited because this is the first session of my Digital and Social Marketing Club for Authors, and I am so grateful that you tuned in to be a part of this, so thank you. I want to take a quick moment to share the intention of this club and this session with you. First, I think that everything's better with friends and colleagues. I think marketing can be tough for authors. I'm a published author myself, and I've certainly had moments of social awkwardness when it comes to sharing my work and putting myself out there. And I think with a team, with a club of like-minded people behind you, you're going to be able to market yourself honestly, authentically, and proudly. So that's my goal. And this leads me to something else that I really want to share with you. I want to share my beliefs about authors because they're going to come up over and over again throughout this club and throughout the things that I suggest. Of course, I think that authors are amazing. They have such a powerful and unique voice, and they have such a major influence on the world. I really think that they're the creative pulse that keeps the world spinning. But here are three underlying beliefs about authors that you're going to just see surface in this session and in future sessions of the club. First, your friends, your family, your readers, they value you. You're the kid that made good from your hometown. You're the one from your college class who chased your dreams and made it happen. You're the creative friend who said you were going to do something, you write this book, and then you did it. Ergo, your opinion matters to these people that you're connected to online. They are proud of you. And when you share your recommendations and your outlook on the world, these people are taking notes. They're paying attention. You have cultural capital, and you can use it and your authentic, real voice to grow your audience and connect with people in like a really real, really strong way. Okay, the second belief is that no matter how incredible your publisher or agent or marketing team is, or no matter who you've got as a freelancer, even me, authors have to be their own advocates. Authors have to be the engine that connects people and the engine behind the voice if they want to be lasting and successful. And the last point is that to be successful on social media and with their online marketing, authors really need to act like and make decisions like small businesses. I think this club will help with that, and that's how we're going to approach things. We're going to be strategic, we're going to be smart, we're going to be flexible, and we're going to talk about the latest marketing tactics. And these are going to help you resourceful authors, you authors on a budget, break through the noise and really reach your target readers. I am going to absolutely commit to continuing my learning and education so that I can bring you the latest stuff, what's working for other authors, and I'm really excited about that. Okay, so I hope we're all on the same page, and here we go. Okay, holiday marketing for authors. We're going to talk today about a few different ways that you can promote your book during the holiday season and really connect with readers, introduce your book to new readers, really revive readers that you've already converted over, and suggest that they give your book as a gift. So I'm really excited about the content of this session. First, we're going to talk about making the most of your holiday sale prices. And we're going to talk about ways that you can let your readers know about these reduced prices without feeling like you're just, you know, buy my book, buy my book. Second, we're going to talk about getting your book included in holiday gift guides and creating your own gift guides, which can be a really powerful tool this time of year because everybody's looking for gifts, and I think everybody's trying to be the hero of their holiday. So if you can make your book look like the thing that's going to make someone else the hero, then you know you're thinking like a small business, and you're thinking like a successful author. Okay, we're going to be talking about ways to make it very easy for people to give your book as a gift. We're going to talk about ideas on creating attractive holiday images. These are, you know, the linchpin that holds it all together. And we're also going to be talking about joining conversations that are already going on. gift guide conversations, Christmas 2018 conversations, and we're going to be talking about hashtags and Facebook groups. So let's go. We're going to jump right into the first idea, which is holiday sale prices. I want to talk about how important it is to really monitor your sale prices and find out what's going on at the different retailers, because that can change your sales, of course, for the entire year, what you do in December. So I have a couple of ways that I do this. First is the old-fashioned way of just logging onto the websites and checking. So we can go over to, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we can go over to a couple of websites and take a look. So here I am on the almighty Amazon. And here we can go to, I'm going to use my book, Bad Birthdays, not just to promote it, but I mean, it's cute, I think. I don't know. We'll look at the reviews so you guys can decide for yourselves. But I'm going to use my book, Bad Birthdays, as kind of the example post here. So this is Bad Birthdays, The Truth Behind Your Crappy Sun Sign. And it's a book about horoscopes. Okay, so here we can see that this book is marked down. It is marked down from 1895 to 1587. Yesterday, it was different. I guarantee that it was different yesterday, which I think is interesting. So Barnes & Noble is going to have a different price. Let's just open them. And I do have a trick to show you that I'm excited about sharing. Oh, so you can see this, like Barnes & Noble, 50% off, over 100 titles. Chances are your book probably won't be included in that. I know that that my Bad Birthdays won't be. There's also these other discounts here on the site. So if somebody wants to buy Barnes & Noble, if you're thinking like, if you know that your audience tends to shop at Barnes & Noble, or you've had conversations about that in the past, then definitely share these links and share the deals that you find on Barnes & Noble site, because that's what your audience is going to react to, and that will make it easy for them to buy the book, right? So I'm sorry, I'm going to go to Bad Birthdays, and let's check the price there. Here we go. Oh, it's got worse rankings, don't look. Worse ratings here, but higher price too. I mean, and that's not shocking. Amazon almost always has the lowest price, but still, it's really important to kind of check these out. Now, I want to show you my secret for getting alerts for the Amazon price. So when it drops really low, I mean, sometimes there can be up to 50% off here. So when it drops really low, I can sign up for an alert. And I go to this site called Camel. Weird name, I know, but it's pretty cool. I'm gonna take my Amazon link up to the number. That's just how you got there, usually a tracking code. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste this. And just in a moment, it's going to pull this up. Okay, so now this is interesting. This says 1616. So this actually maybe hasn't registered the lower price yet. That's what it was yesterday, is 1616. So here we can see, I can start tracking. I just set up an alert to track my books. Here we can see the sale prices over the season. So look way down here, it was $11 last year around this time. So I might want to say, oh, this might go lower if it was $11 around this time last year. It's up here now, but this was about what, $13 a few days ago, or earlier this year. Wait, I'm gonna go to a more, that view is gonna help me see a little more what's happening recently. Okay, so we can see recently over the, over November, and not through Black Friday and not through Cyber Monday, but that's pretty interesting that it was the lowest price then. And Camel also gives you a sales rank. So I think this is so cool because now I can come down and see, oh goodness, like this is not, you know, it's not showing well for bad birthdays. It's a 2011 book. I'm not that worried about it, but you know, if your book is newer and you're trying to promote it and your book is going, you want to see your book up here, right? Not down here. So so that is, and you can also trace these. What I think is the most interesting is you can then trace the spikes. So if it goes up and it's, you know, at 100,000, or gosh, if it's at 1,000, which is more like what you want, you're going to be able to say, oh, when I ran that group of Facebook ads, my book did really well. So in the sales rank went up. So I think that that is cool. Okay, so that is Camel, Camel, Camel. I think it's a cool tool, and I think it's worth it for authors who are promoting their own work to be able to track these things like pricing specials and these things like sales rank to just see how you're doing. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to stop my share for a moment. And I want to talk, I want to talk about local bookstores, because if you're anything like me, shopping local is important. It feels important. It feels important to not necessarily put all your eggs into the Amazon basket. Although certainly Amazon does a great job with sales. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but I think small business and staying local is important. So one thing that I do to kind of track my prices, and what I recommend authors do, is just check Tattered Cover. My local bookstore is Tattered Cover. So check Tattered Cover, check your local bookstore, and follow them online. Follow even the smallest stores online, because when they run a special and you have an opportunity to support those local bookstores, then you can really make a big difference for them. And I think that's so cool. So follow their social media. You can, if you go to the store, you can ask people, like, do you have any big sales coming up? I can promote it. Go to your local store and sign copies and ask if you can be part of holiday promotions for local authors. Just show up with them, and you're going to have great conversations, and you're going to find ways to have a win-win where you're promoting the local business and you're getting your book front and center to your local audience. So I think local is a great way to go for authors this time of year to make sure you're part of the holiday promotions. Okay. Okay, so now that you know about the huge discount prices, you've got to figure out like a way to let people know about the discount. So one way that I recommend to people is just doing a kind of update, do a social media post, and then say, update, this price has been decreased, or update, the sale, I think this is the lowest it's going to go, so buy now. And if you have a great image and you have a conversational tone, people are going to react well to that, especially if you are if you're sharing like great deals of the season with them. So don't be self-conscious about sharing the price changes. Just make sure that you're sharing it in a way that's fun to look at and engaging. And again, you're always trying to make your friends, family, your fans, the people that are following you online, you're going to try to make them feel like the hero. Like, you're not the hero, you're making them feel like they're making Christmas great for their family, or that they're coming up with the best New Year's gift for their nearest and dearest. So you build them up, make them feel like the hero, and give them these price specials. If you can do it in that way, you're going to really, you're going to get more engagement, and it's going to feel better and more authentic for you. Okay, so I'm kind of moving on into the gift guide area. So I want to just transition officially and use the slide here. So this is the gift guide talk. And this includes gift guides, holiday gift guides, but it also includes the best of 2018 kind of year-end wrap-up lists as well. There's a lot of lists happening this time of year, and I personally think that your book should be on some of them. So I have a few different ideas for that. One of the first things I want to do in this conversation is just look at some of the gift guides. I want you to look at them, see the type of books that are being chosen, and see the type of art and the type of conversation that's being had around these gift guides. You can follow publishers online to get their gift guides and see how they're talking about them, but that's going to help you, because authors are your own advocate. It's going to help you go back to your publisher or your agent. Some agents probably have a year-end list, and you're going to be able to talk about it in the same language that they use to talk about it. You're going to be able to say, oh, my book is a great complement to this other book that's on the list. So I think that, you know, you're going to get more sales if you put it on there. It's just an alternative, or it's, excuse me, or it's something you can partner with that book in order to get more sales. So send your editor a note, send your marketing team a note, and ask if you can be part of those. Another idea is to send your, another idea is to send everyone who's reviewed your book this time of year a note. So if your book came out this year and you got a few great reviews, go check those book blogs, go check the reviewer's site and see if they have a year-end review, and just email the person who reviewed you. Just reach out and be your own advocate and say, I think my book would be a great fit in here, and here's why. And make sure, again, you're making that person the hero. You're making that person the person who's getting more book sales. You're always seeing what you can do for someone else. It's just a way to make those authentic connections, and you seem less self-serving too, you know. So that's my approach, and that's what I recommend that authors do as they're advocating for themselves. Okay, so Penguin's Gift Guide. I'm going to show you Penguin's Gift Guide, and I'm going to show you Workman's Gift Guide, just as two big house ones that I want to share. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about smaller lists and smaller sites. So one second while I pull this up. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, that's the camel, camel, camel. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to skip that. And I'm going to go here. Okay, so what I wanted you to take a look at is the way that that publishers are dividing these up. Okay, so there's recipe-rich gifts for foodies. Okay, so if you have a cookbook, you probably want to be in there. Books for a new start, you know, books for teens, that's a pretty easy one. Trendsetters. Everyone on your list, that's a big one. But nerdy, you know, you have this chance to really get in to a subgenre here, and when you find the subgenre that fits you best, then you have so much more chance to getting into the list when you email someone to be part of it. And then I just want to I have some middle grade authors on today, and that, you know, that's the list that you probably want to be on. So yeah, I think these are just understanding how your gift guides are organized is going to help you have these conversations with editors and marketing teams. Do they usually choose new books? Yes. So if your book is a backlist book, be prepared that it might not get chosen, but there is no harm in asking to be part of this. Okay. Next, I want to show you Workman's. I just want to show you basically the same theme here. They have the same theme. So they have this gift guide, books for creative minds, books for the times. Okay, so those big house gift guides, small houses usually have them too. And you know, finding a way to get included in those is just a great way to get your book more face time this holiday season. Okay, so now I want to share Listopia. Do you guys know about Listopia? So This is Listopia on Goodreads. It's a subset of Goodreads, and it is, as it sounds, just a abundance of lists. And these are the 2018 book lists. One thing you need to know is you cannot add your own book to a list on Listopia. So you need to partner with another author, maybe somebody in this very group, or maybe me. I can definitely help with that, to get your book added to one of these lists. And then you want to send it out and have your book upvoted. So that's how these lists work. If we go into, say, let's see, Can't Wait Sci-Fi Fantasy of 2018. There are 539 books on here. And if you vote for this book, it gets moved up. So the most people have voted for this Gray Sister book, okay? So to add a book, if you're adding a book for someone else, you go to add books to this list, and you add it. These are books that I've rated recently, I think. So, so then also you can create a new list. So if you have some favorites, this is a very similar to the gift guide idea. Again, you're not going to be able to add your own book to it, so you're going to have to ask for help adding your book. But if you make a list about the best books to make kids laugh in 2018, and then you want to promote that, this is totally a cool way to do that. Goodreads is a very actively used site still, and I think it's not discussed as much sometimes in book marketing, but it's such a great site. I mean, it's where you need to be too. So making your own like favorite books or books that are like your book list, and then sharing that is a very cool way to go. Okay, so that's Goodreads. I also want to talk about Amazon, and I want to talk about creating a wish list on Amazon that you can share with your friends. And this becomes another big part of that underlying idea of making it easy for people to buy your book. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to my account, and I'm going to go to wish list. Okay, so I'm going to make an idea list. I think this is the best way to do it. You can experiment with other ideas, but I'm going to make an idea list. Okay, create an idea list, and my idea list is going to be, sorry, I got something on my screen. Okay, horoscope gifts. Horoscope, yeah, that's great, right? Fine. Okay, and then down here we can add a description, and we're going to say gifts for Virgos, Scorpios, Sagittarius. You know what? I'll fill this out later. I don't have to. You guys don't have to see me try to spell every every sign in the zodiac. But here we go. This is actually zodiac. I'm going to add that. Okay, horoscope and zodiac gifts. Okay, so I'm creating the list. It's my idea list. Now, oh, you can go in and you can tag interests. Let's see. I'm going to choose holidays. That's about it. Do I have books on here? Well, humph. Okay, holidays will be great. And then I'm going to find things to add. So bad birthdays, I'm searching for that. I know that's my book. Oh, well, oh, there it is, way down here. Okay, I'm adding it. I'm going to, oh, I'm adding it. I added Alexander in the, yeah. Anyway, and then I'm gonna see, let's see what happens when I search for zodiac. Let's do zodiac necklace. I'm making assumptions about my audience here that they're gonna like this kind of thing, that they're gonna be into zodiac jewelry. But that's what we're doing. I know my readers best, and I think that that's true. So I'm going to add some of these things, different price ranges, and different types of looks, and that's great. Okay, so I can be done with that for now. I'm going to go back and look. My horoscope and zodiac, this guy can go. Sorry, Alexander. I'm going to make my book first. And look, now I have this gift guide, right? And I can share this. This becomes a totally shareable, you know, I can go to Facebook, share it here. Okay, or not. I don't know why that's not working, but I'll troubleshoot that offline. But I get to share this, bottom line, and I get to put as many together as I want, and then I have these gift guides that are very professional looking and very shareable and searchable. So, you know, Amazon's going to be able to, as long as I make it public, Amazon's going to be able to, you know, note that these things were added. So it's a great thing across the board. Okay, so that's Amazon list. That's making your own Amazon wish list. And then I wanted to just say you can absolutely put together a blog post, put together a page on your website, which is recommended gifts. And when you do that, you can pull in amazing pictures from Etsy. Like if I was doing this on my site for horoscopes and I wanted to see, you know, Etsy just gives you that extra like cool edge, you know. So there's this really cool calendar, there's mugs. So so when you do it on your website or on your blog, you get a chance to pull in gifts from Zazzle is another really cool site. So I'll go to Zazzle and just do the same search so you can kind of see the different types. Excuse me. So here, yeah, so there's really, really cool stuff on Zazzle. However you want to put it together, it is great to have one. It's great to have one, great to share one this time of year. And again, people want your recommendations. You have become the expert on heartbreaking memoirs and inspiration, or you have become the expert on you know, Zodiac, or the expert on making kids laugh, or the expert on underwater sea creatures, or YA books or middle grade books. So to your connections, you are that expert, and this is one way to kind of show off that expertise. Okay, I'm gonna stop the sharing. Okay, so we've got gift guides, we've got sale prices, and both of these are linked to that underlying idea that you're really trying to make it easy for people to give your book as gift, to give your book as a gift, or books as gifts. Anyway, you know what I mean. Make sure that as you're sharing these ideas on social media or an email list, which you do want to, you want to share in email, you want to share on social media, and you want to share in this confident, helping kind of way. So don't forget, make sure that you're writing, all your writing supports, you know, the shopper as the hero, right? The last thing, or let's see. So you get a chance now to show off your book as a gift. You're gonna make it sit in people's minds as the best gift because you're gonna show it in that light. We have really giftable stuff now with your gift guides. We have really great prices with the pricing specials. So now let's make some incredible images to really show this off. I want to talk about these gorgeous images that you're going to create, and I have some show and tell that I want to show you. These are pictures that I took last week, and they're the reasons that I suggested that when you come to this session, you have physical copies of your book, plus some holiday decorations, because with a little good lighting and some creativity, you make it easy for people to see your book as a gift. Okay, so here are some pictures I've taken recently to kind of, to show you what I'm talking about. These are ones that I took at the Four Seasons. I just went into the lobby and I and I set up the books. I didn't really have to talk to anybody. Nobody really asked me about it. But this is a client's books that I want to promote for the holidays. I just set them up near the tree, snapped a few pictures with my iPhone. And then I went to a local place and put these near the holiday decorations. That I went, it's like a restaurant that I had a meeting at, and there was this little lounge area set up with all these cool decorations. So I just put the book in there. This is Bad Birthdays. I took a few different angles. I had just a few minutes to do it without, being interrupted or without, making a big spectacle or a fuss of myself. It was just subtle and calm. Because I was there very early. So that's the thing, if you know a place with good decorations, try to go when other people aren't going to be there, like right when they open, or, it's great to have natural daylight. So day is better than night for that. But I just kind of took some pictures with the stuff around. This is the sloth. I thought he was cute. So yeah, I wanted to share that. This is just a little show and tell. I'm going to stop the share and go back to talking a little bit about other ways you can do this, because not everyone sees themselves as a photographer. Now, I have a real belief that you gotta be, like you've got to make that transition. If you're going to be a strong advocate for yourself, you've got to be able to show your book in the best light, and it's not that hard to do. It's really just not. So, so I think you should photograph, but I also wanted to share some of my favorite stock sites with you, because if you can get a 3D version of your cover from your publisher or from an online service, I can definitely help with that if that's something you want. You can put it into a beautiful stock image and you're going to have a really nice effect. So I just want to share some of my favorite stock sites with you, and then talk a little bit more about some even more customized things you can do beyond stock sites. Okay, so going back to the screen share. So, okay, so this is the first one. It's called StockSnap.io. I don't know if you guys have used this before. I recommend it all the time. So if we've talked at any great length, I've probably recommended it to you. But when you search holidays, these aren't great images, but here's a cute one. When you search holidays, you get some interesting gifts here. These are all free to use, all royalty free. So you can see this one with your book, sort of a 3D version of your book there, or you could see this one with it sort of laid in a section here. Some of these are going to be really great to use. Some of these are going to be passes, but they're free, and I think they're a little cooler, a little more personal than some of the other stock sites out there. So that's my first go-to. I usually go to this first. The next one is Unsplash. It's another kind of cool one. See, this is so perfect for your book. This one's perfect for a book here. Again, this is the image I actually used on my promotion for this event. So you can see that there's a lot of opportunities here, again, to get cool pictures. You're looking for pictures that'll just make it seem like your book makes the holiday perfect, and some of these could really do the trick. The next one I want to share is Pixabay. Pixabay is more generic, I think, but it's also a great one to search when you're looking for a certain image. Look at that. That's a lovely one. You could totally put a book in there. A gift. There's not much room for a book, but it's a pretty picture. So this is like summer holiday. Didn't know what we meant. I should have searched for Christmas, but nevertheless, those are those sites. And then I want to show you one that I really like. So this is Creative Market. It's a little more expensive. I mean, these first three sites are free, so it's not free, but it's not crazy pricey. And there's so much you can do if you are committed to marketing your book or your books or sets of books this holiday season. This might be a place that you want to visit. So this is just an example. This is a winter collection. You do need Photoshop. You need to know how to work with these files. You could either get help or you could, learn that yourself. I don't know your skill set personally right now, so I'll learn more about that later, but I just want to make sure you know that this is here. So this is just a stunning collection of backgrounds, of areas that you can put books, of little, they've got like little accents that you can put all throughout, and I think it's just a lovely site to visit if you're really wanting to get creative and really wanting to get unique stuff. Creative Market is a cool place. So there was one other on here that I thought was really neat. Let's see, I'm going to search for holidays here. Excuse me. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff. It's making me want to go nuts. I have a shopping problem on Creative Market sometimes. Okay, here's a design kit. Some of these are called design kits. This one has these cute illustrations, these overlays. So as you can see, it just gives you tons of options to put together something that feels like your book, feels like your audience. So I think it's a great option. And then I want to make sure I show you Canva. So some of you know Canva, some of you don't. If you've been working with me at any length of time, you probably have heard about it before. Now this is a promotion I'm putting together because we need to talk a little bit about text and what you're writing on your images, what you're writing on your posts. So the one thing I want to make sure that you see is how to build this. Okay, so I'm going to add a new page here. I pulled this in before, but all my images are here. So you can see this is where I pulled that image in. I just dragged and dropped it here. This is a free tool. Everybody should get it. And then you can go to Elements. You can say, oh, look, they have some really nice free Christmas stuff too. So this is a great place to start. Now I can just drop in a shape. I'm going to reduce the size. I'm going to change the color. And then I can put in some text. And I chose to use a review. Reviews are really great social proof to use. Reviews are terrific. Price specials are terrific. So if I wanted to say only like less than $10 or you know, I probably might want to phrase it differently, but you know, the point is that you can put together an image that's really cool and that is custom and that's really neat. So so I recommend Canva. All right, I've got to kind of go a little. I'm going to stop this share and I've got to go a little quickly through the last idea, which is join the conversations that are already existing, okay? So there's a lot of talk already out there on gift guides and on Christmas shopping, Christmas gifts, and people are using hashtags to have the conversations, and people are using private groups to have the conversations. And I want you to be able to join those conversations. So I'm just gonna show you again, I'll share my screen really quickly, some of those ideas. And then we'll get to work. I can't wait to see what each of you is working on today. Okay, here is my Twitter. I'm working now to grow it up, so I hope over time you guys see more and more followers. Let's see, I'm gonna search gift guides. So, okay. Still on the lookout for some unusual gifts for my Christmas gift guide. Okay, this is like a very cool offer. If you know this person, you might want to go check them out and make sure that they're, you know, a reasonable place. But gosh, what a great opportunity to review or to put your book in here. So Crunchy Mom gift, these are conversations that are already happening. Travel gifts, you can keep your eyes out for other hashtags that work better for you. For example, let's see if we can find one. Holiday is a great one. Holiday gifts is a great one to use. So just, you can use these as you're putting out your posts. And then there's gifts for him, gifts for kids, gift guides for him. I see here stocking fillers, stocking stuffers. So I just want to make sure you know that these conversations are happening and that you should use these hashtags to become part of these conversations. So they are, they're going on, and you can join them by just using the hashtags. So we can talk more about that during our work time if we want. Then on Instagram, these things are happening as well. Okay, so here's Gift Guide 2018, but you can see almost 500,000 people are using this hashtag. And then, you know, plenty of people are using these others. So find the hashtags that work best for you and add them on. Holiday gifts, let's see, gifts for kids, gifts for him. You can see gifts for him is a big one. Gifts for kids is one. So yeah, join the conversations that are already happening. Make sure you're using those hashtags to make sure that you come up in those searches. And I did want to talk a little bit about Facebook groups, because it really is something that's happening online. So many conversations are happening in groups now that I wanted to make sure that we addressed it. So groups are, they're not pages, they're sort of like communal spaces. They have an admin, they can have rules, and so somebody owns them, somebody can set them up. But there are these groups that are happening. So these are all holiday marketing groups, but you can imagine middle grade books, let's say, and we're looking at groups. So we love middle grade books, young adult teen middle grade book clubs. So there are these conversations happening, and if you are able to join the conversations and be you know, an authentic part of it, you want to comment on other people's things, you want to make sure that you're providing really interesting feedback, interesting posts, you get a chance to really connect with people in a deep way, in an authentic way. It does take time, obviously. You do have to kind of, it's not a place where you can just post buy my book, but we don't like to do that much anyway in this group. We like to be smarter and like to be more helpful and more, you know, conversational when we post. So anyway, that is one absolute possibility for you. Okay, so I cannot wait to start our work together. I put up a couple of polls throughout the first section of this club meeting, this session. So if you've answered those, I'll have a little bit more information about what you're trying to work on. And we're gonna go just introduce ourselves, and we're gonna figure out how we can get the most out of this session for everyone, and how we can make sure that you're all moving your marketing plans forward today. So thank you so much for being here and watching this pre-recorded part of the session. And I'll see you in just a minute, live and in person with maybe a different hat. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, bye.